I meant to stand my ground. As long as I could, I was going to look them in the eye and keep going forward. My reputation as a fighter kept the wolves away. I was also known as a hipster like my brother Sonny Man, and I liked that too. Some of the kids even called me crazy, but that never bothered me because they used to call my father that. To me, crazy was a positive identity. When I got my first car, it did a lot to help my crazy reputation. My father gave me one that had a lot of spots on it from primer paint. Melvin named it the Gray Roach. We would pile into it and go riding, looking for girls or some action. My friends did not like the way I drove, which led to any number of arguments and fights. Since there were so few cars available to joyride in, they had little choice. Sometimes I backed up as fast as I could, down a whole block, and when we reached the corner, I would jam on the brakes. The guys would fall out of the car yelling. Sometimes fights started right there. At railroad crossings, when the guardrail was down to signal an approaching train, I kept right on driving around the guardrail and over the tracks. I had several near misses, and as soon as we crossed the tracks, everyone would pile out of the car, again arguing and fighting. When the fights were over, our friendships were stronger than ever. They respected me even though they thought I was crazy. I thought I could outmaneuver anybody, anything, and never passed up a chance to try. Since I always won, I soon believed that I could always defeat the invincible and the powerful, the way David defeated Goliath. Eventually, in my pride, I believed that I could outmaneuver death. I have never feared death. The escape from finitude was an idea that came to me after I saw the movie Black Orpheus. I loved that film and saw it many times, although I thought the outcome would have been different had it been my life. Whereas Orpheus flirted with death and died, I had been in lots of conflicts, near death on many occasions, but had always come out alive. Since I had not been killed, I guess I concluded that I could not be killed. Orpheus too attempts to outmaneuver death, even though the history of mankind proves that death always wins. In spite of this, the only way that Orpheus can maintain his dignity is to be unafraid and attempt to outmaneuver his oppressor. This seems characteristic of human existence, for although all of us are sentenced to death each day, we try desperately to get away from it. If we cannot, we try to put it off by acting in a manner that discredits death and eliminates our fear of it. This is our victory. Black Orpheus demonstrates an even more profound truth. It is possible to circumvent death through the heritage that one generation passes on to another. At the end of the film, the little girl is dancing while the little boy plays Orpheus's guitar. Though Orpheus and his woman are dead, her dance is a victory over death. The new generation survives and the sun still rises. The world does not stop because death has crushed a beautiful and significant part of it. Orpheus had passed on his guitar to the little boy. This means of sustaining life raises the sun again. I held on to the idea that I was immune to death for a long time. I still do not fear the end, but I no longer believe that I cannot be killed. Life has taught me that it is an ever-present possibility. Too many of my comrades have died in the past few years to let me feel that my last day will never come. Even so, I tell the comrades you can only die once, so do not die 1,000 times worrying about it.